Hey guys, Jessica here from My Style Vita, and today I'm going to be doing a really quick IGTV to show you the entire process of how I did this really cool brushstroke accent wall with the help of the Home Depot. It was really easy to put together. Honestly, it took maybe like 2-3 hours max, and it was actually really fun to do. Plus, it didn't require a lot of supplies. So all you had to do was head to the Home Depot and pick up some paint. I only needed, I would say half of a pint is all this wall took. It's about a 10 by, how tall are my ceilings? About a 10 by 8, I think. Yeah. So it wasn't a ton of square footage, which was great, but it only required about a half a pint. So you don't even need to get a giant gallon of paint, which is even better. And then next you just have to get some paintbrushes. And also, if you need to, I would definitely recommend painting the wall white before you get started, unless you have a color that's pretty neutral. But I just went ahead and painted this white with nothing in it, didn't even pick a white color, just said, give me some white, that's it. So I painted that first and let it dry for several days. You really want to make sure that it's fully dry before you start doing the project. And then I went in with the brush strokes. In order to get the brush strokes that you want, what I recommend doing is buying a couple of different brushes. I picked up a few different of those just angled brushes that you would use for trim work, around an inch and a half. I got ones that were flat, ones that were angled, just to see which different variations I liked. They also have sponge brushes, which is traditionally what I've seen this tutorial done with, but personally, I like the look of the angled brush better. So what you do is you just take your brushes and take your paint samples. I definitely recommend getting a few different sample colors. There's lots of different colors you can choose from. Also, if you are trying to find a specific color, you can always use the Home Depot app to find it. What I did to figure out which kind of brush strokes I wanted is I just took some plain white paper and my paint samples and a few different brushes and just tested it out and just do a few different strokes, see what kind of look you like, what you're going for. You can get so many different looks from just one single brush, so definitely try to figure out which one you like best. And then with those pieces of paper, I taped them up on my wall so that I could see the colors. I can see them next to my navy wall that I have in my house. It is Behr Starless Night. It is a beautiful navy. So I wanted to make sure that the colors looked really great with it. And I just taped up the pieces of paper on the wall and let them sit there for a little bit, see how they look in the light. And then once I figured out which one I liked the best, I just went ahead and started painting. And truly the technique for doing this is to just keep your paint strokes consistent, like how you practiced on the piece of paper, and just keep moving along. I did do the trim on the top and the bottom just to get it out of the way, because it does take a little bit more concentration to make sure that you're not getting it on the ceiling or on the trim. I did tape my floorboards to make sure I don't get it on the trim, and I used a drop cloth, which I highly recommend. Personally, I'm a pretty messy painter, so it was nice to have that there. I just really love this hyperlapse that I took. Poor little Pork is just so bored out of her mind, but it was so much fun to see it kind of come to life, and this hyperlapse is my favorite part of the whole thing. There's no way that it has to look, so you don't have to go in a perfect line. You don't have to keep everything super tight and pretty. I really like the messy, more organic look, so things aren't super consistent, and I just kept making my paint stroke. And there you have it. There's the final reveal, and it's seriously so easy. It was such a fun project to do. I hope you guys give this a try. It was so simple, and honestly a really fun way to spend a couple of hours, you know, put on some music, listen to a podcast. I wish I had more walls to do this to, because it came out so beautiful. And it honestly looks like wallpaper. I can't begin to tell you how many people have messaged me or DM'd or commented saying, where's that wallpaper from? And I'm like, it's just a fun little weekend project. So I hope you guys give it a try. You can tap the top of this IGTV, and there's a link to the full blog post as well. And I've linked to all the products that I used here, as well as all of the colors. So thank you to the Home Depot for sponsoring this. I just love how it turned out. And there you have it. I hope you guys give it a shot, and thanks for following.